America 250 celebrations taking place all over the country, including our nation's capital, where more than 150,000 people are expected tomorrow night. It all happens as temperatures continue to stay near triple digits. In fact, we're going to get to the weather here in just a second, but we're going to start tonight at 6 at the Arkansas Capitol as organizers have submitted more than 100,000 signatures they hope will keep the current petition process in place. Thank you for joining us. I am Hoyt. Journey has the night off. The group Protect Our Rights says they are looking to keep the process for putting amendments into the state constitution as they were before lawmakers passed more restrictions last year. Arkansas is one of 21 states that includes the so-called direct democracy process, and advocates warn lawmakers are trying to make it too difficult.
Right, we want to stop interference with what Arkansans say they want and what we agree on. We already have enough things that divide us in this country. We don't need to sort of throw away the things that we agree on.
Now, none of those laws applied after a federal judge blocked them last fall, and Judge Timothy Brooks then followed up earlier this week by formally declaring most of them unconstitutional. But Republican lawmakers like State Senator Kim Hammer and Secretary of State Cole Jester plan to appeal and say the rules are needed to protect election integrity.
At the end of the day, we just want to make sure that our election process remains the #1 in the nation for election integrity security, even with the petition ballots.
We're appealing the whole order, and we're going to take it to the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, which meets in St. Louis, where we will make our case that this is not against the First Amendment, but it is critical for our election security.
And Protect Our Rights did turn in just over 108,000 signatures. They'll need almost 91,000 to be verified and validated. They are the only group to submit petitions this year. Okay, as promised, let's shift our focus to the upcoming holiday weekend. We're just a sleep away, and the stage is set there at the state capitol for an event that figures to set records. And I'm joined now by meteorologist Simone Thomas, who has all of the information we need to plan all of our different weekend activities, including how often we got to worry about these pop-up showers coming our way.
Yeah, it won't be a complete washout for the weekend, but similar to today, you might have a brief period of rain. Of course, lightning is going to be a concern if you're outside, some gusty winds, maybe even some small hail. We're not concerned with severe weather. Heat will still be the big concern for the weekend, but here's a quick look at what we've seen this afternoon. 6-hour rainfall totals taking us back to noon through the 6 o'clock hour. Pretty much that spotty rain coverage indicated across central Arkansas. Those lighter blues indicating close to 1/4 of an inch, and the darker the blue closer to 1/2 inch, or even some pockets of 3/4 of an inch. We got a few pockets of those oranges, radar indicating almost a few estimates closer to 1 inch of rain along that I-40 corridor between Conway and Russellville. Now at the moment we don't have much rain falling across the state. Still can't rule out a stray shower or two before the sun sets today, but otherwise we're seeing that cloud cover a lot thicker just to our north and north central Arkansas. The additional clouds and rain did offer some limited relief from the heat, but you see where we have those breaks, temperatures are already back in the low to middle 90s, and of course it feels even hotter. Through the rest of the evening you see that chance for a stray shower as we approach sunset, and then later through the evening just a mix of clouds and clearer skies, and we'll see temperatures dipping into the low 70s. Full details on what to expect for the weekend and a preview to next week are coming up in just a few.
Well, Simone, thank you. And those rainfall totals you showed there over Conway County have to be welcome news for folks over in the city of Conway. Customers there have been asked to save water because levels at Brewer Lake still remain below where officials say they need to be. However, in addition to that rainstorm, there might be some other relief in sight for Conway's water supply. THV 11's Maya Ellison reports the utility company is turning to a new water source about 70 miles away.
Brewer Lake remains low, and Conway Corp's phase 2 water curtailment is still in effect. But now a long-term solution could be on the horizon.
It's my understanding that they got with community water over at Greers Ferry to tie in with them, and so they're going to be putting in a new intake with community water.
Meet Paul Graham, general manager of the Heber Springs Water and Wastewater Utility. He says Conway Corp has long planned to add Greers Ferry Lake as an additional water source, but the water curtailment sped up the timeline.
But right now they're looking around 7 million gallons a day. I believe by 2034, they're wanting to get a roughly 20 million gallons a day.
He tells us the project would bring water from Greers Ferry Lake through a new pipeline to Conway. Conway Corp announced the project on social media, saying the goal is to move part of their supply from a small local lake to a, quote, huge regional reservoir. As news of the project spread, Graham says many people in Heber Springs had questions about what it could mean for their own water supply.
One of the things that my customers have been asking is how is it going to affect Heber Springs? I assure my customers no one is going to run out of water as far as drinking water.
But while the project won't solve Conway's current drought conditions overnight, officials say it could provide a more reliable water source for years to come. For THV 11 News, I'm Maya Ellison.
Maya, thank you. Tonight, we're learning more about the investigation into a woman's death at the Pine Bluff Aquatic Center last month. The city's mayor saying today steps are being taken to ensure something like this never happens again. 84-year-old Iredell Collins died in the whirlpool at the Aquatic Center on June 10th. The city shut down the facility for 10 days as state and city investigators looked into the matter. And today, Mayor Vivian Flowers laid out the city's plan to increase safety moving forward, saying the whirlpool has been emptied, cleaned, and repaired, and that new mandatory training has been scheduled for lifeguards.
Of course, we can't make guarantees. We can't control what other people do, but we can do everything we can and use all of the resources we have to bear to make sure that when people come to the Aquatic Center, come to City Hall, or anywhere where we are responsible, that when we see that there are some things lacking or that can be done better, that's what we do.
According to police, the investigation into Collins' death is still open, waiting on information from the state crime lab. Meanwhile, an ordinance has been filed with the city to return control of the center to the Parks and Rec Department. The city board will discuss that ordinance next Tuesday. Tomorrow marks the first day parents can contribute to Trump accounts, the federal program aimed to help children save money over the course of their lives. If your kid's been born anytime between 2025 and 2028, you'll get an extra $1,000 to help. Anyone can contribute money into the account, but remember, there's an annual limit of $5,000. And then when your child turns 18, the accounts are automatically converted into an IRA. This all comes as you likely prepare to watch fireworks to celebrate this holiday. But as you know, it's not just a normal July 4th, it's America's 250th, and it falls on a weekend. Both factors as to why more and more fireworks are being sold. The American Pyrotechnics Association predicts consumers will spend more than $2.5 billion on fireworks this year, and that would be a record. And it's the reason the owner of one fireworks stand that we spoke with says his business bought extra ahead of time to keep prices stable.
The number of patriotic shirts that have come through the tent in the past week is way up. I mean, normally people are just stopping in after work, you know, maybe in their dress clothes or whatever to do a little shopping, and people are decked out. I mean, I've seen people with the patriotic earrings, and I've seen, you know, America shirts and flags in 1776.
That owner, Keeley, says customers are buying everything from reloadable artillery shells to multi-shot cakes, with many also asking specifically for red, white, and blue themed fireworks. And in the spirit of Independence Day, a group of women here at home is honoring those who served our country, one stitch at a time. TV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky went to Conway County to see how handmade quilts are wrapping veterans in comfort and gratitude.
What does America's 250th birthday mean for you?
It means freedom to me, I think, because we have so many liberties and freedoms that other countries do not have. And of course, freedom isn't free, as many people here have said. There are a lot of people that have given their lives.
It's that sacrifice the Conway County Peacemakers have not forgotten.
He asks everywhere I go, I said, "Are you a veteran?"
That's Peacemaker founder Catherine Pruitt, who got this all started in 2012 in honor of her husband, who's a veteran. Peacemaker's purpose is making quilts for veterans to bring comfort. And every 4th of July, they give away quilts and have an auction to raise money for the group.
We used to just do the ones that went overseas, but we don't do that now. I think we've covered most. We've done from World War II on up.
And with the help of these ladies, they've been able to give hundreds of handmade quilts to those who served our country.
As of today, we were supposed to have done 923 quilts.
Charles Lovelace, who came to support the veterans, says he comes from a bloodline of military veterans.
My dad served in World War II, and I have grandfathers that served in the Civil War as well. Closest I got was ROTC in high school.
And enjoys coming to be a part of this warm embrace.
I enjoy seeing the veterans. I enjoy seeing the gratitude given, particularly to the Vietnam veterans, since we didn't do a very good job when they came back initially.
In Conway County.
Happy birthday, America, and God bless the USA.
Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Tanya, thank you. And if you know of a veteran who might like a quilt, you can submit their name to receive one next year. We've got the information on how to do that with that organization, or you can search on our website for veterans and quilts. And we've done plenty of stories on these groups over the years. Go to thv11.com.
Her sharing and the long time that she's done it, the respect the people have for it, she gives of herself every day.
She's been printing the town's news for years on her own time and dime. And this week's Red, White, and You, the difference those in her community says she makes.
Heat and humidity will continue to dominate the forecast this weekend, but we've got to dodge some hit or miss showers and storms. All of those details are coming up in your 7-day forecast, and that's in 6 minutes.